All right, we actually now joined via Zoom by political analyst and local government expert, Dr. Tshepang Molale. Dr. Molale, I mean, help us get your reaction to this political drama that is currently unfolding in Tshwane. Credibility of COPE obviously now in question, vetting processes also under the spotlight with earlier we heard from the City of Tshwane saying that the vetting process lies with the political party in question as well as the IEC. But help us unpack what this, is happening now and how this is unfolding in Tshwane.
Well, this case has revealed the challenges, that political parties have to try and ensure that they have, a correct, proper, vetting processes to check, that the people who they are fielding across the different municipal councils, or even in, the provincial legislature, or even in national parliament, they are found by the constitution to be, not contravening any law. So this is revealing now, the gaps and the lapses that are existing. As you just heard, Willie Madisha, Mr. No Nonsense, saying that, they want to go back because he says he doubts if the entire province of Gauteng has indeed vetted correctly, and they will now want to go back to see, because when they were going for local government elections, they couldn't individually at national level, do further verifications. At the same time, this is also exposing the IEC's challenges. If you were to recall, this was an election that was called for 42 days. The IEC did not have enough time, to do other things. And one would then suggest, or this would then suggest, that proper verification and vetting, there were some lapses that may have occurred, which then brought us to where we are. This man going into the election after having been sequestrated, but then he assumes, the position of being a councillor, and furthermore, he becomes a council speaker. So this is quite, indicative of the lapses that are taking place between the political parties, between the IEC, and this says to these institutions that they need to go back to the drawing board and make sure that such lapses do not take place again.
Talk to us about the instability this now brings, to the municipality, as the Auditor General, tabled recently a damning report into the City of Tshwane's financials, confirming that over 10 billion rands in irregular expenditure.
Yeah, this is quite hectic. This is quite serious. We've heard now from the spokesperson of the council saying that the city manager has been, liaising with senior managers, senior, leaders of the municipality to make sure that they double down on ensuring, or they pull up, their service delivery priorities while they are while they are waiting for these political instabilities to, be alleviated. What we know so far is that the City of Tshwane should have passed its adjusted budget by February, end of February. And we know that they even wrote to National Treasury requesting an extension, and their revised deadline is end of March. Now, if they fail to pass their adjusted budget by the end of March, then this is going to say that all service delivery in this municipal council will be halted. This will basically mean that, citizens will be directly negatively affected by the lack of delivery of services. So this now is also saying that these political parties have got to make sure that in the next coming weeks, they put these fighting and squabbles aside to try and find a committee, starting with the speaker, the mayor, and the members of the mayoral council, so that after these people have been, appointed or elected, then they can pass this adjusted budget, and so that they are in line with treasury regulations and prescripts, and they are able then to make sure that service delivery in the City of Tshwane is not hampered.
You're just talking about service delivery. Of course, this again brings that sharp focus on coalition government, particularly in the metro. I mean, now it seems like the focus is just bringing in a number of criminal records against Makwarela, and that shouldn't be the focus, as you're saying, because then that municipality is under threat of being put under administration, which again would put the people of Tshwane back backwards, because they are dealing with immense challenges, not only from an electricity point of view, but also water challenges that the Human Rights Commission has even, put a spotlight on.
You're correct. And it is unfortunate that when you get such political instabilities, they are then revealing something. Municipalities are supposed to be governed through a participatory democratic mechanism to say that you put us in power to do that which you want. But it is quite interesting when you hear these political parties coming out to say we are going to fill someone, we're going to throw someone's name in the hat, and by so and so, by such and such a date, you will know who's going to be your mayor, who's going to be this person in charge of this portfolio to do this. What one is hearing is the power, the authority, executive authority that these political parties have once they've been voted into, these seats that they will now be occupying in these different municipal chambers. And this then does not say that they are, one could question if what they are doing, is it in the best interest of the citizens? Did the citizens say they want, for instance, Dr. Makwarela to be their mayor? Was it when they were voting saying that they would want Cope to be the one that is leading this municipality? So this is taking us back to be questioning if indeed they are saying that what they are doing is in the best interest of their citizens. But then why is it that we are having such instabilities that are going towards threatening this, delivery of basic services? We talk about water, electricity, local economic development, and all these other things. And then when you look at local government regulations, and you look at how they speak about the role of the citizens, how strong are these regulations to ensure that citizens actually end up having a voice to make sure that, notwithstanding instabilities, be they political or otherwise, citizens, they are able to compel accountability to them so that these councils should be working for them. So they are not there, and they are being exposed by things like this.
And I'm sure the credibility of all councillors is now on the spotlight. Dr. Molale, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Really do appreciate your analysis. That's political analyst and local government expert, Dr. Tshepang Molale. All right.